I'm going to talk today about the Princeton point series. This is a very popular action used all over the entire world. Obviously, we believe it started with Princeton. There are a lot of different ways to do this, a lot of variations. I'm going to keep it super simple for you, and there's lots of resources out there. If you want to check those out, feel free. Here's how we start. All right, we got elbow extended here, your guards, big opposite the ball. Trail man here, point guard with the ball. Now, again, disclaimer, this is how I ran it. Different people run it different ways. This is what worked for me. All right, so play initiates with 4, kind of cutting deep and through. The goal here is to kind of open up space for 5 to flash high, maybe cause some disruption there, make this an easy pass because teams will start to deny it. One teaching point here, typically you're gonna have one dribbling it, making that pass. Well, this angle's not very good, but one dribbling, making that pass, hitting 5 on the move. All right, so that puts us here. 4's in the corner now. 5 has the ball around this area. If 5's a shooter, they can come up even higher, and you might even get that shot. Now, here's where you give your options. You can go away, so away from the ball, one can, or you can go over. Let's look at away. Guard goes in and then out, sets the screen for 2. Typically, this is going to be a reject. You'll see a lot of back doors from Princeton and other teams this way. As you advance in the offense, you could tight curl it, you could pop it, you could give this player the option, but typically, you're going to look for here, you're going to look for the reject to the rim. All right. Now, there's a lot of good stuff you can do here. One teaching point also, I forgot to mention, 5 here with the ball, you need to be patient. A lot of times this cut will open up last second, but if you're new in the offense, you're automatically reversing it before you wait to see what happens, so be patient. Second thing, in Nebraska Wesleyan, a D3 school ran this a couple years back, and they got tons of good stuff here. If this is a post-up, this is a great post-up opportunity. If 2 has an advantage, 2 can cut hard to the rim, turn and seal. They have all this area to work with. There's not a lot of help down here, especially if 4 can shoot, because if X4 helps, 5 can skip it over the top to 4 for a corner 3. So nice post-up opportunity there. Okay, so 2 rejects it. 1 is gonna immediately pop back. If 1's a shooter, this is a great opportunity to get some looks for them as well, because again, if 2 cuts hard, then X1 is naturally going to help for a second. 1 pops right back, open look. All right, so let's say we get nothing out of this. We reverse it to 1. Let's take a look at what's next. All right, so here's where we are. Ball got reversed to 1. Now, typically we flow into ball screen stuff. Okay, so 5 is going to follow that. Set up ball screen. 2 is getting out of there. Let's go ahead and place 2 where they need to be. 2 is getting out of there. And now we're in ball screen action. And now we're playing basketball, okay? Now it's whatever it is that you teach concept-wise. After the play breaks down, now you flow right into that. That could be all kinds of things. This flows nicely into Euro ball screen, driving kick, whatever. All right? That's your main action. Okay, that's away. Let's look at what over looks like. So now an over, right? 5 got the ball. 1 entered into 5. 4 cut through. All right, so we had the initial action where 4 cuts through, 5 flashes. Now we're going to go over, all right? And it's exactly what it sounds like. 1 is now going to go over the top of this, okay? Now, if this happens and we see this happening, right, 3 needs to start to walk their defender down to get a better angle. So here comes 1, and we're doing the exact dang thing we just did on the other side with away, right? Typically, 3 is going to come up, reject it. 5 looks here for this play. Could be a post-up opportunity as well. Same kind of action, right? 1's going to pop right back to the ball. So here's where we are. And what's happened on this side is 3 is cut through and pushed everybody up a spot. Now we have an empty ball screen situation here. And if 5 is a shooter, this is very tough to guard because you can't guard it all, right? 1 is going to come off this screen. 5 can roll, 5 can pop, 5 can ghost, 5 can slip, all kinds of good stuff. Now you're in pick and roll action. You know maybe nothing's there. And you just flow right into whatever it is that you run offensively, okay? So that's away, and that's over in the Princeton Point series. Super simple. We'll talk about other options out of it a little bit later, but that is the simplest version of Princeton Point. Pay attention. You'll see it all over the world in all levels of basketball.